Here comes the president now, stepping off of Air Force One.
This is very interesting to see him in just a sports jacket. Earlier, when he left Washington, D.C., he was bundled up, and it looked like he almost slipped on the ice getting to the airplane.
He's shaking hands right now with Governor Pete Wilson, who has remained in Southern California. This is their first face-to-face meeting since the earthquake broke on Monday morning.
I always learn something when I come to Southern California. Very often in the last 2 years, I have come here when things were difficult for people, and I always walk away utterly astonished. The sense of teamwork here has been truly extraordinary. I never cease to be amazed by the energy and the optimism, the courage and the constant good humor of so many millions of people in this state against all odds. I met a woman who had lost her home. This is unbelievable, lost her home, who said to me, you know, I lost my home, and I'm really grateful you folks are coming here to help, but when you go to that meeting this afternoon, I hope you'll just ask everybody to do the right thing. She said, ask people not to overcharge us for water, but ask all the people who are hurt not to take advantage of FEMA. She said, you know, somebody in the rest of this country might get in trouble later this year, and I lost my home, but we're going to have to do some of this ourselves. And I heard some people talking about asking for reimbursement for things that were already broken in their homes. And she said, we just all ought to do the right thing, and we'll come out okay. This is a national problem. We have a national responsibility, and we will be in it for the long run. This is not something where all of us from the federal government just showed up while this is an issue in the headlines, gripping the hearts and emotions of all your countrymen and women who feel for you, all the way to the tip of northern Maine and the tip of southern Florida. This is something we intend to stay with until the job is over.
Perfect. Good aftershock just now. Still going.
Yeah, that's a big one. Okay, we felt that one. I think it's going to be undeniable that President Clinton is going to have felt this second aftershock.
Well, it is not over, not by a long shot. For those of us who lost our possessions and our homes, it's not going to be over for a long time, maybe not for years. And for those who lost our most precious possession, people we loved, it will never be over. But Southern California is a place of vast contrasts. Right here in Los Angeles, in the middle of all that death and destruction, the miracle of life.
Imagine how Jim and Monica felt when their first child arrived Monday morning, just about 4:31 a.m.
Oh, yeah. Baby? Yeah, mine's the one in the middle.
Oh, how cute. Congratulations.
She was an earthquake baby.
First-time dad Jim Nelson expected the birth of his daughter to change his life. When little Nikki arrived 2 weeks early, in the middle of an earthquake, Jim said all he could think to do was to pray.
Oh, man. Thank you, Lord.
Pediatric nurses are calm by nature. The nurses here at Anaheim General Hospital say that their babies aren't bothered by earthquakes. They enjoy being rocked. But when this quake hit the delivery room, well, that was something else. Carol Johnson was one of the delivery room nurses.
We could see the top of the head, and so it was like, you know, you're almost there, keep pushing.
The nurse is telling us to push and push. And then she said, okay, let's relax a little bit so we can see the baby's head. And then that's like, right then we started relaxing. Then all of a sudden the earthquake came, you know what I mean? Everything started shaking.
Then everything blacked out, and then it was like, oh my God, this is really a big one.
Mom, Monica Scherer, didn't know whether to push or run.
The first thing I thought was that the ceiling was going to fall in on us.
Monica started screaming and panicking. I just told her, God is here with us, honey, don't worry.
Dr. Sang Kim arrived at the hospital during the quake.
Well, I was scared too, you know.
And so I, felt my way over and found the flashlights and handed them out, to everybody.
So, I mean, the doctor I was counting, like the doctor's, okay, push.
About 10 or 12 times the push.
Come on, honey, we got to do it. We can do it. We can do it.
She was real scared.
And then she just pushed real hard, and
it was just like, right oh my God, what a relief.
Pop flew.
We made it, and I'm very happy. I'm proud that we have a healthy mother, healthy baby. Everybody's happy.
When they put Nikki Nelson on that delivery room scale, she weighed in at 6 pounds, 6 ounces, 6.6. That's right, exactly the first reading by Cal Tech of the magnitude of the quake. Now, later, that would be changed to 6.7 by the U.S. Geological Survey. And the National Earthquake Information Center in Golden, Colorado is now calling it a 6.8. I think they're still arguing about it as we speak. So, that's it. We learned a great deal about ourselves and our ability to endure. We learned who we could count on, friends, neighbors, tireless volunteers who were always there for us. We learned that we could count on our city, county, and federal governments to act quickly and in our best interest. We Angelenos came together as neighbor to neighbor, friend to friend, with a new spirit of understanding and compassion for each other. And you know something? We can keep that spirit alive as we rebuild together. Los Angeles is an unpredictable city, and life is a little tougher living here on the edge. But boy, what a view.